Planning 446 is a project-based class at the University of Saskatchewan. It's a bit of a unique class, however, because we're only given one project for the entire term, and that's all we have to work on. And there's different stages to it, but that's the whole course. And this year, we were approached by the City of Prince Albert to do a redevelopment plan for their downtown riverbank.
Hi, my name is Samuel Lauren.
I'm Zoe Drimmy.
I'm Cole Bissonette.
Fabian Diaz.
Eliza Karangwa.
And together, we are Aurora Designs.
So the city of Prince Albert is one that has a long history with a rich indigenous history that's partnered alongside the history of settlement in the region. And so one of the driving forces behind this design opportunity has been the effort to include these elements that promote indigenous history and indigenous culture in an appropriate way. And so this was done through consultation with Prince Albert's cultural consultant and through our own review of different city documents like the culture plan, for example. We've seen opportunities to include design features on the site that could serve this purpose, specifically in order to promote reconciliation as Canada's trying to move forward and with calls to action, for example, from the Truth and Reconciliation Guidelines. One way that we wanted to do this in our site was through providing opportunities for education. And so one way that this could be done could be through, for example, having signage that depicts or explains different aspects of the history. This could also take the form of local artists creating and making their mark in the space. We think it's really important to educate on topics like colonialism and settlement, because when we depict the history and when people come through and learn more, newcomers for example, they will have a newfound respect for the culture, and it could help in alleviating some cultural misunderstandings. Through providing the opportunities for this, we think that the space could facilitate intercultural learning and dialogue, and certain aspects, like for example the amphitheater, were made with the thought of community cohesion, community gathering, and exchanges of education and culture. So that's been kind of a grounding feature through our design process and the design itself.
To begin our project, we conducted extensive preliminary research. The first thing we did after conducting our research was to form a list of important values and design elements that we wanted to implement into our final design. We presented these ideas to a panel of planners, and we received feedback about how to address the issues that we had brought up. One of the most important parts of our design process was our Prince Albert trip. On this trip, we did a site visit and museum tour, an engagement session with Prince Albert High School students, and our design charrette. Our site visit provided us with a context and appreciation for the space we were designing. Talking to high school students gave us numerous creative ideas and a unique vision for the site. Finally, our charrette allowed us to talk to professionals, business owners, and members of the public to see what they wanted for the space. After all of our public engagement, we took the information and began applying it to our original design concepts to create a preliminary design. To convey our design, we constructed a 1:100 scale model which showcased our various features. We presented this model to several professional planners and engineers, and we got feedback on the design. We took this feedback and used it to create our final design proposal.
Central Ave is currently a one-way, two-lane street with parking on both sides. We want to take this space and make it more pedestrian-friendly. Therefore, on the block of Central Avenue between River Street and 9th, we will reduce the street to one driving lane and one parking lane. We then want to expand the sidewalks and add seating areas. We feel this decision is appropriate for a variety of reasons. River Street is the major road in and out of the area, so reducing the driving lanes on Central for one block would not hurt traffic flow. We will also add parking in the form of our drive-in space, so reducing the street parking is not a major issue for the area. Widening the sidewalks and creating pleasant sitting spaces would improve the streetscape and attract more foot traffic. This will achieve our goal of incorporating crime prevention through environmental design, or CPTED, as it would increase natural surveillance and improve the image of the area. It is important for us to utilize CPTED, as local individuals have said there are issues with crime in this area, and we wanted to alleviate that problem. There are also opportunities for businesses to utilize the large sidewalk space for outdoor seating areas at restaurants or other creative uses.
We've been tasked to address the three-way intersection of River Street and Central Avenue. River Street is a two-way that runs east-west, while Central Avenue is a one-way that runs north. Central Avenue at this point becomes a dead end and traffic is diverted into two separate turning lanes. A boulevard creates this separation. The intersection is currently controlled by traffic lights. In addition, there are two pedestrian crosswalks along River Street. However, these are not sufficiently marked. As a result, they pose a great safety concern, especially in the winter when traction and visibility are already reduced. The current measures have emphasized the importance of an automobile for transportation to and around the site. However, it consequently neglects the pedestrian experience and safety. Our vision for the site includes improvements to safety and flow in order to increase the connectivity from the downtown to the waterfront. In order to improve upon these concerns, our design has replaced the traffic lights with a roundabout. The direction and access of traffic will not be impeded, meaning River Street will remain a two-way and Central Avenue will remain a one-way. One of our top motivations for including a roundabout is the safety of motorists and pedestrians. Studies have found that roundabouts are safer than intersections controlled with traditional measures such as traffic lights. They have found that the number and severity of collisions has reduced significantly. This is attributed to the lower speed when entering the roundabout, the absence of traffic lights so there's nothing to race against, and all traffic traveling in the same direction. For our design, we've maintained the two pedestrian crosswalks along River Street. These crosswalks are carefully located just outside the roundabout. As motorists slow down to enter the roundabout, they will be prepared to yield to pedestrians. This will be done without interfering with the flow of traffic. Adequate signage too should improve the safety of pedestrians. This traffic calming measure ensures that both motorists and pedestrians share the road safely and efficiently. Another goal is to ensure traffic flows effectively. Roundabouts are successful at reducing delay and improving flow. This is due to the continuous nature of a roundabout, with yield signs as the only constraint. The improved traffic flow would be most felt during peak times. With a reduction in delays, it would ensure motorists reach their destination in a timely manner. By combining these two elements, connectivity to and from the downtown and waterfront is improved. This connectivity to and from the downtown can also result in economic revitalization of the area, as individuals flow freely from the waterfront to the hospitality of the downtown. Other benefits of the roundabout not previously mentioned include more efficient during a power outage and more cost savings long term.
The viewing deck was designed to be a multi-purpose space that served the citizens of Prince Albert in various ways. We came up with the idea of a viewing deck that will serve as an important node in our design that will attract people to the area and will be a place where citizens won't have to sacrifice parking nor functionality of the space and pedestrian priority. The area was designed to be a drive-in space where people can come to park and enjoy the view of the entire area, as well as the beauty of the North Saskatchewan River and the boreal forest that Prince Albert has to offer. The space was also designed to accommodate food trucks and other annual events within Prince Albert, such as the Classic Cruiser Car Show. Our team recognizes the importance of pedestrian comfortability, therefore our intention was to design a space that will not compromise the natural landscape of the area. So in order to do that, we came up with a hill setting with a gradual slope that accents the pre-existing landscape and placed rings of additional seating in order to give people enough space to maximize comfortability. There is also the addition of a sheltered green area near the entrance of the viewing deck where people can find relief from the natural elements such as rain, wind, and heat. Our intentions with this section of our design was to create a dynamic, multi-purpose space where people will feel comfortable and excited to spend time in the area.
One feature we are excited to include in our designs is the addition of an amphitheater to the waterfront. Amphitheaters have a long history of successfully bringing the community together by way of recreation, entertainment, and interaction. In modern times, the need for these are just as grand. Our goal for the space is to provide an opportunity for individuals to rest, congregate, and socialize in all 4 seasons of the year. We want to ensure the space is usable for families and community members of all ages. By programming this space, both formally and organically, with a variety of activities, we are able to accomplish this. Programming opportunities include utilizing it as an outdoor learning space in coordination with a museum, as well as being a venue for local concerts and performances. Further, the space could be used for cultural gatherings or celebrations. This is only the beginning. A number of possibilities exist.
The The skating path is a sunken pathway that can be flooded and frozen during the winter months and serve as a skating surface. The design extends east and west through the space, originating from the amphitheater performance platform. Our original design was to strictly have the performance space of the amphitheater to be used during the winter months as a skating rink, but after consultation with the community members and design professionals, we decided to have an extending pathway in order to maximize the opportunity to utilize the majority of the space. The path itself has two structural additions that will have lighting within them to reflect the natural beauty of the aurora borealis prominent in the area. During the summer months, the design provides an additional walking path, and the structures will be used similar to a greenhouse/community garden where people may come and pick berries, herbs, and vegetables. We wanted the majority of our designs to embody the element of multi-purposeness and can be used for the entire 12 months of the year.
Another important feature that's been emphasized throughout has been promoting that movement from Center and River Street down onto the waterfront. So one way that we went about this was by having these curvilinear paths near the bottom that wind down right from River Street onto the waterfront. And so by promoting this connectivity, we're hoping to bring more people into the space. We're also hoping that the types of paths that we choose, by choosing a curvilinear path, we feel that it may help to slow people down, to promote the users of the space to kind of take a sit and appreciate their surroundings. And we believe that by locating the paths lower, we could be more successful in bringing in people from those central business areas like River Street, Center Street, and bringing them right down to the waterfront, where they can take in very unique views of the forests, the trees across the river, which is a view that we were all kind of shocked by, being that we're all from Saskatoon and area around here. That kind of feature is not something that the South Saskatchewan River has. And so that's something that we really wanted to promote. And that is one of the goals of our waterfront design, is to promote that unique environment, that unique natural beauty that the city has.
We have designed a playground that will double as an art installation below the farmers market. It will be a space that is symbolic and representative of the community it serves. There are 6 indigenous cultures in our area that include the Nisilan, Swampy Cree, Plains Cree, Woodland Cree, Dakota, and the Métis. Many amazing local artists we wish to collaborate with use the ancient symbolic system that is historically important and played a role in the spiritual, mental, physical, and emotional development in our community. The patterns of the turtle, dragonfly, and butterflies are incorporated in the body of the playground to symbolize earth connection, love, and playfulness. We want to encourage as many people to be outdoors and interact in public spaces, even during the bitter colds that we experience.
The purpose behind the inclusion of a farmers market space was to create more opportunity for pedestrian movement within the area. This space can also serve other purposes, as it would be a permanent feature of the area. During the winter months, the market stands can be used for hot chocolate stands or equipment rental booths, such as skates, snowshoes, or cross-country skis. Aurora Designs recognizes the importance of community culture, and we wanted to create a space that can increase the opportunity for cultural engagement and encourage community cohesion. The space is designed to have 3 large sail awnings to provide pedestrians with shelter from the elements to create a more comfortable space. The awnings also give the space a more modern feel. The space was designed to be placed overlooking the playground in order to attract young families to hang around in the area and utilize it for more than one activity. It was also placed near a walking path for easier and more convenient access to the other elements of the area.